AI and automation are completely transforming our world. We all know that. We all know it's having a huge impact in business. And today, I want to share with you a presentation that I did for our tech group, which is my networking group. My coach challenged me to come up with an AI presentation for our group. I presented it late last year and had a few people actually approach me offering to pay me money to come present it to their teams. And I'm giving it all away today to you for free because I believe that AI and automation are so important to helping you grow your business that I want you to listen and learn today from what I have to share. And I think what people struggle with AI and automation is they kind of either don't know where to start or they think, oh, it's just ChatGPT. And really, it's around practical applications. So today, I'm going to walk you through unleashing the future, exploring AI and automation's transformative power. Yes, that was AI generated. I'm going to walk you through this so that with the objective of practical application. Okay, and if you stay until the end, I'm going to share my 6-step methodology for implementing AI and automation in your business. So we're going to go through a lot of cool stuff today. So sit tight and let's just jump right in. Okay. All right. So yeah, there you go. I just shared that with you. So a catchy title for presentation on AI and automation, and you saw what it is there. I'm not sure how catchy it is. It's not really short enough for YouTube. So thanks for clicking if you're here. Okay, objectives. So today we're going to be defining AI and automation. We're going to show how these technologies can be leveraged in your business. We're going to convey the benefits of these technologies. We're going to learn a methodology that I've created to implement AI and automation in your business, and then develop real-world practical applications using the methodology. All right? I'm excited. Let's do this. Okay, so meet Patricia. Okay, Patricia is the finance manager at CDIO, my company. This is made up. You probably figured that out. She makes $90,000 a year, including benefits. Okay, total cost $100,000. Okay, to the company. They're responsible for accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, AR, AP, and other finance duties. We believed as a team that she was an imperative resource that we needed to manage our finances. And in fairness to Patricia, she's very qualified to do the role. Okay, so we started looking at the costs, and here's the cost for Patricia, $100K, and the things that she'll do: invoicing, contracts, payroll, AR, AP, financial, and other business reports. Okay, so then I did a little bit of digging into automation, into AI, and we came up with two automations here. So the first I wanted to walk you through was how we automated our contracts, invoicing, payment collection, and how we reconcile invoices. Okay, so we are using a tool called Ignition app now, and it's typically used in the accounting world, but we've kind of are starting to use it in the digital marketing world, in the marketing space. So how it works is contract is sent to the client using Ignition. Okay, the client, when signing their contract, connects to their online banking. They sign the contract. Okay, when the contract is signed, an update is sent, a message is sent to our delivery team to get the ball rolling on the agreement, on the engagement. Okay, and the onboarding process begins. Okay, so that's key because that prevents the need for me or the salesperson to have to flag it with the team. Okay, when the client signs the contract, there's also an invoice that's auto-generated by QuickBooks, so it's integrated with QuickBooks. And if they have connected their online banking, the payment's taken automatically, so it saves us time on chasing down payments. It also saves time for the client because they don't have to, write checks or get in touch with their finance department. It's happening automatically. And then the invoice is paid and it auto reconciles in QuickBooks. Okay, so what is still manual? Creating the contract, and that's pretty much it. So that is huge, right? Because that's a huge time savings, and it does all of the things that we need it to do. Okay, let's look at automation number 2. Bookkeeping and AP. So the purchase is made. This is a purchase that we make, right? If it's a prepaid expense, it gets paid from our RBC account. If it's an invoice that's from a vendor or a receipt, it's sent to accounting at cd.io, which redirects to Dext, which is a tool that we're using. That tool can actually scrape information from the receipt and the invoice, actually pull the numbers and match it up. So what that does is it'll auto match. I'm going down here. Auto matches to the receipt pictures using Dext app, and then we send it. That all gets sent over in a bow over to ZenBooks, who's our bookkeeper. Shout out to ZenBooks, who then reconciles and confirms the categorization. So whether it's meals and entertainment, office expense, what have you, right? To keep it clean. The post pay. If a payment hasn't been made for it, ZenBooks will set up the payment in Pluto, and then I go in and I approve it or decline it. Usually I know it's coming in, so I'll approve it. Then after that, it gets paid by RBC once it gets paid, and then it goes back into that auto matching. So what is still manual? Of course, making and approving the purchase, spending the money. And then number 2 is taking the picture of receipt or forwarding the receipt, the invoice to Dext to set it up in Pluto, right? So it goes, purchase, picture, invoice gets sent to Dext, gets set up in Pluto, approved by me, and ZenBooks helps to support that. So now we take that and we say, okay, well, before Patricia was doing everything. Now the invoicing and contracts are being done by Ignition app, payroll is being done by ZenBooks, bookkeeping, accounts receivable, and payables is a combination of ZenBooks, Dext, Pluto, and Ignition app, and then the financial and other business reports is done by QBO. So total cost, I worked this out, was $29,896 a year. So, of course, that's a $70,000 savings just from this activity, right? So what do you think we said to Patricia? Bye-bye. Seems kind of harsh and condescending, so sorry, Patricia. I mean, the goal here is not to take jobs away from people. It's to show how your business can benefit from automation. But there you go. Okay, so what is automation, right? Because I'm sure you've heard this term thrown around quite a bit. Automation is the application of technology, programs, robotics, or processes to achieve outcomes with minimal human input. Okay, the way I look at automation is that it should be making our lives easier. It should automate kind of mundane processes, and of course, you need people to manage parts of that, right? As we saw, ZenBooks is still involved. I'm still involved. Artificial intelligence, AI, getting thrown around quite a lot. So let's give you another case study. Meet Laura. Laura is a consultant who has been hired by a tech company in California to find a digital marketing company to do their paid ads. She found CDIO, our company, online searching for providers. She also has mutual connections on LinkedIn who vouched for us. But I never met her before. Who is she? How does she buy? What is her true buying intention? What's her true intention? So, of course, like anyone would, I looked her up on Google and LinkedIn to find out as much as I could. But if only there was a better way, right? Humantic AI. Okay, so Humantic AI is a tool that we use here at CDIO. It's a tool that allows you to perform deep research on a person based on their LinkedIn profile. Okay, so what that research does is basically you can take their LinkedIn URL, plug it into Humantic, and it'll pop out if you're familiar with DISC profile or Myers-Briggs. And so what I learned about Laura is that they're unlikely to become strong champions as they don't prefer pushing other people. They are motivated by the potential impact of their decision on the organization. You can see that, social proof seeker, indecisive, procedural. You can see their DISC profile in terms of their, high S. So very, very cool tool because what it allows you to do is better understand different people, whether that's employees, whether that's partners, whether that's, in this case, a potential client. And again, I wouldn't I wouldn't bet my life on this output, of course, because, it's a little snippet from LinkedIn, and that being said, it's quite strong. Like it's very strong in terms of how accurate it is. So it's a great tool. I would use it, and I would recommend it. Humantic lets you see their disc profile. Will make inferences on their buying habits and how they like to be spoken to. Even craft emails tailored to their personality. So you can press a few buttons and it'll pop up like craft an email directed to kind of whether they like bullet points, or whether they like salutations, or if they're formal or informal, if they like short or long emails. So very cool there. This is another tool, right? So this is Sybil.ai. That's SYBILL.ai. And I also want to give a shout out to this tool here because it allows you to see. It's a facial recognition software that's used in Zoom, which allows you to understand how people are responding, whether they're nodding, whether they're smiling, and to your reactions and what you're saying. It'll actually, I have something highlighted here where I said, yes, I appreciate that, and any feedback you have for me, feel free. You have my number. So feel free to reach out, and you can see where I'm hovering over, which is on that first line there. You can see that they're smiling and nodding, right? You can also see in the top right here under the outcomes, a summary. Basically, I'll read the last line here. The buying intent of the client is not very clear at this point, but they are considering the proposal and have not ruled out the possibility of working with CDIO, right? So the client showed interest in the services, right? So very cool tool. It summarizes it. Again, I wouldn't fully bank everything on this, but it helps you to make better decisions. Here you can see what their interests are, their pain points, and you can also see how engaged they are, right? So they're 98% engagement, 28% talk time. So it's very cool. You can see the different things the pain points are they're concerned about distance, of our company to theirs, lack of industry experience, staffing limitations, but they're also interested in digital data utilization, our reputation management, local business collaboration. So it's very cool, the things that this tool captures. So that's Sybil.ai. I'll put a link for that below. And then this is an email from that prospect. Hi, Riaz. Apologies for missing your call. I had the last presentation yesterday. I'm consolidating my learnings on the top 4 options. And then I'll have all the info to make a decision, right? And so yes, we're being considered. So potential sale pending. All right. So what is artificial intelligence? Okay. Artificial intelligence leverages computers and machines to mimic the problem-solving and decision-making capabilities of the human mind. And here's some examples. So I'm kind of, my window's kind of blocking there, but it's personalized marketing campaigns, sales forecasting, fraud detection in finance, in human resources, things like resume screening, in operations, things like supply chain optimization, in customer service, chatbots, for research and development, drug discovery, production and manufacturing, things like quality control, IT, things like networking security, in legal world, contract analysis and strategic planning, things like market trend analysis and public relations sentiment analysis, right? So there are utilities in all functional areas of your business, which is why it's so powerful. And I think we're only, of course, scratching the surface on this, but I think in order for you to fully leverage it, you need to see what's possible. And I think sometimes, the defaults of ChatGPT or what have you, it's great, don't get me wrong, but until we start looking at practical business applications, it's hard to fully fathom. And that's why I'm hoping the case studies that I just shared are helpful. What is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is a very important element, probably the most important element of generating good outputs from AI. Okay? Prompt engineering is the process of structuring text that can be interpreted and understood by a generative AI model. A prompt is a natural language text describing the task that an AI should perform, right? And I think ultimately what we mean here is shit in, shit out. I think too often why those who aren't fully leveraging AI effectively or ChatGPT effectively is they'll ask one question and then whatever the answer is, they'll kind of go with. They're treating ChatGPT like Google. It's not that. You want to have a conversation. You want to finesse. You want to, ask ChatGPT to put things into tables, or to, have a certain tone, or you want to get into the finite details of specific things. Get specific. Go in deep. Use emotions. Use samples or data. Like really test the limits of it, because and have a conversation with ChatGPT. Don't just like treat it like Google search. That's the big mistake that we're seeing. So fully leverage it better. Prompt engineering. So do some more research on prompt engineering, and make sure that your input and output are also good, not shit in, shit out. Oh, this is all so overwhelming, Riaz. Where do I even start, you wonder, right? So that's where I have Riaz's 6-step methodology to implementing AI and automation. Sounds a bit cheesy. Okay, great. Let's get in there. So window is there. So let me see if I can move the window for a sec. Oh, that's the wrong window. Okay. There you go. Let's see if that works. Okay. So we have the 6 steps, which is determine desired outcome, right? Research the needed tools, discover tools that integrate, map out the flow, build, configure, test, and then embrace and adopt. Okay, so let's walk through these in terms of what success looks like. So the first step is determine desired outcome. What do you want to accomplish? What is your end goal? Like with the example of the finance manager, I wanted to save money and automate that process so I don't have to be involved with it, so I can focus on other parts of the business. I wanted that those tasks obviously need to get done. So think about, like, forget the technology for a second. What is your desired outcome? Because if you think about the technology, you're going to get overwhelmed and confused, potentially, right? What is your desired outcome? Okay, figure out a clear goal with your automation or AI plan. What business process are you improving? What incremental benefit or saving do you want? How will you measure success? Can it scale? Okay. Number 2, research the needed tools. Okay. Do Google searches to find AI and automation tools with the desired outcome in mind. Look at your existing tech stack, i.e. sales AI tools for HubSpot. Like, for example, Humantic and Sybil and things that the ones that I just showed you, they integrate with HubSpot, right? We're HubSpot partners. We're using it for ourselves and for our clients. So it makes sense that what we're using kind of combines and goes into our stack, right? So yeah, do Google searches to find tools, essentially, around your business process that you're looking to improve. Number 3, discover tools that integrate. So don't just give up on the first one. Find tools that integrate. That integrate will mean that you are not starting from scratch. It is a lot easier to add an integration to an existing tool. So one tip is type in the tool name plus integration into Google as a starting point. For example, HubSpot integration, AI integrations, QuickBooks Online or QBO AI integrations. And then once you find tools, use that tool names and kind of do it the other way. So for example, like what does Sybil AI integrate with, or what have you. So for me, it needs to integrate with my existing tech stack. Otherwise, this doesn't work, right? And so make sure that you discover tools that integrate properly. Next, you'll want to map out the flow. So create a visual diagram to show the flow of the end user through the automations. If it doesn't flow all the way, it doesn't work. So, at the beginning, I showed you 2 automations that we did on the finance side. It's nice to see it in that visual, right? Especially if you need to get buy-in from different people in the company. You can put it on the slideshow or the projector, or you can send it around, and people can take time to actually look at it visually. And I think for me, I'm a visual person. That helps tremendously, rather than like a wall of text about like how AI is going to work. It's kind of boring, right? So when it's visual, it's kind of like, oh, this is exciting. Like, we're going to go from here to here and then there. And then when this happens, that happens. And, oh, what happens when this happens, right? So, and of course, the end goal. So map it out so everyone can have a look at it. You can find leaks in the flow, and you can patch those up, which is great. Number 5, build, configure, test. No need to involve entire departments. This is a mistake, I think. I think we're like, we need to implement AI and automation. And so we go to the entire team. Let's implement AI and automations. And then they're like, okay, like I'm just doing my work over here. So what I would suggest is not to involve entire departments. Usually I test things out myself, or have like a champion that will test things out. So build a small test bed and see where you get. If you see promise, turn it into an initiative. Does it make sense for the business? Will it achieve your desired outcome? Are there benefits you hadn't anticipated? So figure it out. This is fun, right? Like, this is high value work that you could be doing yourself, right? So figure it out, go through these 6 steps, and figure it out, and on a smaller scale. And if you find something that clicks or works, then I would start to involve like a committee, right? Otherwise, you know what happens? Death by committee. They're like, oh, Riaz has this kooky idea. Let's try and figure it out. Well, it's better for me just to take it, run with it, figure it out, and then once it's kind of half-baked to fully baked, then kind of bring in people for number 6, which is embrace and adopt. Once you have seen success, roll it out to your team. And remember, they hate change, so you need to show the benefits to them immediately. Not everyone hates change, but a lot of people hate change, right? So learn to embrace change, and I think that is one of the big bottlenecks with all of this AI automation stuff, right? We love to do things the old way, but once you see the light, if you haven't already, then you'll see financial benefits. You'll see, like, our team loves automation AI because they're working on high value work that they're passionate about, not mundane tasks that could be automated, right? So there are benefits there. All right, let's get the camera back. All right, and next slide. All right, yes, okay, so this is what your company could look like, maybe. I don't know, that's a bit intense. But yes, this is what you might look like. This is you swimming in money. Used to love this show. I think DuckTales, right? Or is that Scrooge the Duck? Anyhow, you get the idea. That could be you. Okay. And that's it, really. So comment below with any questions you have. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, mini presentation on unleashing the transformative power of automation and AI in your business. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to continue putting out a lot more content on business practices, sales and marketing, AI and automation, HubSpot, like digital marketing, of course. But yeah, get ready, because there's a lot more coming. And again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that you can help me get the AI and automation algorithms working in our favor here. So appreciate your support, and have a great day.